So we've put together this resource that one of the things I like about it is so easy to use. There's just enough stuff, but there's not an overwhelming amount of materials that I think it's really adaptable for anybody to do for Advent.
This worship guide tries to meet people where they are in the midst of Christmas and holiday preparation, and gives you good language to kind of meet people with what they're actually experiencing. So it's not like Advent's over here and my family's Christmas celebration is over here. I think we really tried to bridge the gap.
Well, what I like about it, instead of like scolding or shaming people for not making Jesus the reason for the season, this kind of helps people. It owns that people are busy and it is a hectic time about it.
Yeah, and that's what gave rise to the here and now theme. You hear it, what do you do now?
Yeah, now what?
And allowing people to have space to process what they're hearing and then what they're called to do.
We can do all these cool things and talk about getting ready for Jesus and prepare you the way of the Lord, but what does that really look like in our lives? And I think the liturgy and the music and the activities in this worship planner really speak to that.
So if you're doing a solo or you don't have folks that have a great vision for an Advent theme, this is going to give you what you need to kind of move into the season feeling more prepared for what's ahead. If you do have folks that are good creative worship planners, you could give this to your worship committee and say, hey, here's a little guide. I would love to see some of this play out in our worship services. What can you do?
And if you are one of those churches where you do the exact same thing in Advent every year, and that is what people are waiting for, that's what people are thirsting for. If you are that church, this is not for you. But if you are that church that is looking for new and different things to do for Advent, which is always hard because it comes up year after year after year after year, if you're looking for more creative ways to do things, different ways to approach the Advent season, then this is for you.
Yeah. And we were really practical and realized that Christmas Day is on Sunday. What do you do with that? So we have a couple pages of just like designated for that for that planning and how to think ahead for your families and intergenerational folks, people of all ages, church. So I think Here and Now could be a really good resource if you're looking to add a little more creative edge to your worship planning, and also maybe make sure you're speaking to all the generations in worship.
Right. One of the things I really like in our resource is that in music, and I am one of those people that does not like to draw a line between what is sacred and what is secular. So in our music suggestions, we have traditional hymns, we have contemporary options, and we have popular music. There's a lot of popular music out there that works for Advent and Christmas, because those old hymns, as dear as they are to us, and they are dear to me, I grew up with them, I love them, that is some strange stuff for other people. And I think if we can bring them in and give them things that they can relate to, things that they are familiar with, they too can come to love those old hymns and the more traditional worship music. But also offering a wide variety of music, I think, is so important. So we do have a wide variety of music for every Sunday of Advent that you can think about and consider how you might want to use.
And we build in traditional elements, we build in contemporary elements, and we build in experiential elements.
Oh, and it does work. These resources work whether you follow the narrative lectionary or the Revised Common Lectionary, or if you have different scriptures altogether. They really will fit with whatever Advent scriptures you choose to follow during the time. So it does fit in really well.
We made sure to include a Advent candle lighting for you to use with your congregation, as well as kind of tips and ideas about how to reimagine the Advent candle lighting and not make it seem so rote every year.
Yeah, I think we have some cool song options for things you might sing after you light the candles, and some different ideas for who you might ask to light the candles.
We just love to see creative worship. We love to see people moved in worship in different ways. And so we make sure to incorporate all of the senses. It's not just listening, it's experiencing and touching and participating in worship. So the great thing with Here and Now, you get invited to a Facebook group. You get access to both Anne and I.
Audience.
Yeah, we love simple, we love easy and fun.
So check out the resource. The link is either below this video or in the bio of the platform where you are seeing this. Right. And if you have any questions, you are welcome to email either or both of us. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have. I'll just